PV process has its issues. The warning process is, in my mind, really just a slap on the wrist. So we need to work on developing, let's call them sort of middle range measures that can be used to improve compliance. And also measures that can be handed out or enforced without so much of the bureaucracy. And so one of the things we're working on now is a structured agreement with SZV, so that the Labor Inspectorate would go out together with SZV Inspectorate. They have different authorities, they have different measures that they can use, and the labor inspectors have different authorities and different measures they can use. So what we're examining is the possibility that instead of 2 labor inspectors going out to a particular entity, that instead we will split and have 1 labor inspector and 1 inspectorate from SZV, so they're complementary, they can share resources to a certain degree, and because they have complementary roles and responsibilities and authorities, I believe that this is actually a good way to have intermediate disciplinary measures. And just to give an example of the urgency or the need for improving compliance, and as I said, it needs to be a balanced, measured, fair process. But for example, recently the inspectorate, they went out to a business that had no business license, they were operational, had no crib number, they had 15 employees, of which 11 were not properly documented to work. It's clear that in our community, we simply cannot afford for this to continue to happen. The fact is, if they don't have a crib number, it's not even possible for them to pay any taxes. So the ministry is taking this issue very seriously. I have a number of recommendations for employers and for employees. And that's, number 1 is get educated, make sure you understand what your rights, what your obligations are, what your roles and what your responsibilities are. Make sure, it's important that everybody has health insurance. I'm in the process of working with a private insurance company to see if they can offer an attractive package for independent workers, so like bus drivers, taxi drivers, vendors, so people who sort of fall through the cracks, working on putting together an attractive package for them to go through private insurance while we're in the process of looking at how we're going to reform our healthcare system in general and our health insurance policies. The other thing is, so from my perspective, there's no reason that people should be here on the island without health insurance. I think it's a critical part. And it's also a part of our country managing our financial resources, because when an emergency happens and somebody needs to be evacuated out for medical emergencies, even if they're undocumented or uninsured, the government has a responsibility to take care of the people that are here, and therefore incurs the financial costs of that medical evacuation as well as the medical treatment. However, going forward, these medical evacuations, I believe, should trigger an investigation from the Ministry of VSA as well as the inspectors from SZV. So in other words, whenever there's a medical evacuation for an uninsured person, that will trigger a reaction from government. That means we will now investigate the circumstances to see should the person have been properly insured. And if, for example, we find that that person is working in a business and should have had health insurance and did not, we will hold the business financially liable for the medical costs incurred to the country. So, my recommendation is make sure that you get health insurance for the people that are working here. And one of the interesting points is that with SZV, their policy is registering with SZV does not mean that you must be, they don't question your legal status. So irrespective of your legal status, you are actually obliged to register. If you fall within the criteria, you are actually obliged to participate with SZV.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation.
can't afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Hey Bob, you're on family vacation. Oh, but your daughter's got the measles. But don't worry about it. With your Be Sure travel insurance, children under 12 are covered for free.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah, for free.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
In the last press briefing I attended, some questions was raised pertaining to the awarding of the new garbage contracts 2016 till 2021. I had indicated then that the final advice for the awarding of the contracts, I did not receive them as yet. Since that period, I received the final advice for the commissioning of the works for the collection of the solid waste. It's been received and will be decided on by the Council of Ministers. I want to indicate that the previous contract now is for 4 parcels. The Dutch side of the island was divided in 4 parcels. With the new contract, we decided to divide the island in 8 parcels, 8 districts, namely Parcel 1, the Phillipsburg area, Parcel 2, Point Blanche, Sucker Garden, Pond Island, and Madame Estate area, Parcel 3, Mount William, Middle Region, Defiance, Oyster Pond, and Don Beach, Parcel 4, Dutch Quarter in the Belvedere area, Parcel 5, Fort William, Bush Road, Sakers Gut, Corralita Road, Mary's Fancy, the intersection L.B. Scott Road, Gladiola Road, towards Cahill and AGC Browers Road, and towards Cold Bay. Parcel 6, intersection L.B. Scott Road, Gladiola Road, towards South Reward, St. John's, and so forth. Parcel 7, Cold Bay Hill, Indigo Bay, Cold Bay, Cape Bay, Pelican area towards Simpson Bay, and Parcel 8, Simpson Bay, Beacon Hill, Kupokoi. So we decided to divide the island in 8 parcels. Number one, that is more manageable for the department to make sure that the contractors are living up to their obligations as it pertains to the contracts. And number two, to create more opportunities for other contractors. As is known, the tender works was held on February 3rd. We saw the participation of 19 contractors who submitted a bid. Unfortunately, 10 of the 19 contractors that submitted a bid, their bid was disqualified because the bids was not in accordance with the terms of reference. 9 contractors that submitted a bid that were in accordance to the terms of reference. 5 companies submitted the most competitive bids. The new contracts, which is for the duration of 5 years, amounts to a total of 32,736,093 guilders. On a yearly basis, that amounts to 6.547218 million guilders. So 6,547,218 guilders on an annual basis. So the contracts, the decision will be made tomorrow by the Council of Ministers, and a letter of comfort will be given to the prospective contractors that they could start their process for the 1st of April. That was one issue. The second issue is related to the wastewater management, so the new sewage system in the Cold Bay area, the joint project together with the French side of the island. I've been hearing a lot of complaints concerning the proposed solution to create an island in the lagoon to facilitate the sewage system, the sewage plant. I want it to be known, and the Prime Minister alluded to that a little when he indicated that our current sewage system is in the fresh pond, which was filled. The landfill where the waste to energy is proposed is also on landfill in Great Salt Pond. And from my time taking office, we've been looking for a suitable solution, a suitable location for the sewage system, sewage plant. The proposal from the previous government with the land exchange with Tessie, Port de Plaisance, that was reversed. One of the issues is there is funds available from the European Union for a joint project in the tune of 3 million euros for the realization of the sewage plant and an additional 3 million euros for the cleaning of the lagoon. So that's 6 million euros in total for that project. One of the conditions are with the sewage plant, a radius around the sewage plant of 100 meters, no residential buildings are allowed. And if you see the proposed location with from the previous government, the land that Port de Plaisance was providing, it's in a densely populated residential area. So automatically, we would have been disqualified for the funds, the 3 million euros for that. The technical experts indicated that the best location technically is behind the Tropicana Casino. That area also would fall outside of the requirement of not having residential buildings within 100 meters radius of the sewage plant. So we've been looking at alternative measures. There was discussions with Mr. Constant Fleming on him donating land. That land was located on the French side. Again, one of the qualifications for the 3 million euro is it have to be on the Dutch side. And politically, there was little appetite from our French counterparts for having it at the location that Mr. Louis Constant Fleming proposed. So we've been looking at different alternatives. So the indication that, yeah, government is filling the lagoon and it is irresponsible. It's one of the best locations, and all of the complaints we've been having, not one came with an alternative proposal, an alternative solution. If those who are saying that it is a irresponsible move from government, if they have a alternative solution, I'm all open ears. I'm willing to listen and look at all the other alternatives. But we have a situation where daily raw sewage is being pumped or discharged in the lagoon. It's a health hazard. It's a situation that needs to be addressed. And I'm looking for the best possible solution to tackle this issue. We're getting, as I mentioned, the tune of 6 million euro to assist us in that process, and at the same time, clean the lagoon. So, once again, my issue is it's not about filling the lagoon, it's about looking what is in the best interest of the country, what is in the best interest of the citizens of St. Martin.
And this business had no business license, 15 employees working, 11 undocumented, no crib number. Did that business applied for a business license, and if so, how long?
My understanding is yes, they had applied for a business license at the end of 2015. I'm not sure of the exact dates because that goes through a different ministry, and those are some of the things we're looking into. And that's why, I really want to stress my approach to finding solutions is that, first of all, I want to understand, was an effort made to be compliant? And then was the fault that they didn't apply in time, or is the fault that the government apparatus is so slow? So I can't really comment on the, let's say, the intention, whether it was negligent or sort of willful misconduct, or if it was just something got stuck in the government apparatus. So it's too early to make a judgment call in terms of that. I'm saying, though, I have heard instances, in particular, let's say with restaurants, where the process is a complicated process, that they have to rent a space, they have to have a location for their business license, they have to have the kitchen installed, for example, which means that they have to make all of that necessary investments. So imagine if you've made an investment in renting a facility, equipping that facility, and then let's say it takes you 6 months to get all of your permits in order. What does a business do in that meantime? Is that just something that they need to anticipate as a cost of doing business? Or is there, so those are all things that I need to look into. Don't really understand very clearly as yet what the process looks like.
been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
In my opinion, everything is perfect and you would be great for the job. But I see here that there's a 2-year gap in your resume. What did you do?
I was hospitalized for mental illness.
Oh, mental illness?
I've undergone treatment and I have a wonderful family that supports me.
Well, that is good news.
No, it's fine. I'm recovered.
We'll contact you, okay?
For a better understanding of mental health and what you can do to stop mental health stigma, please go to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
I am anxious. I'm excited. I could barely sleep. I have not been eating. The team has been the same way. We have an amazing team at Celestial, and I have to say a shout out to them. Tammy, Roselyn, Mary, Shamiko, Margaret, Marcy, Jessica, Shoshona, Donnie, Makim, Kenya, Makita. They have not been sleeping. We have been doing so great. I'm bursting out of my seams. I just can't wait for Saturday, March 26th. You can tell that my voice is going because I'm just out there spreading the word and telling everyone about it. Very excited.
And how was your response from those who would probably attend to this function, this showcase?
Very good. When we first started, we started planning the show 7 years ago. But it's not until the last 2 months, actually in January when 2016 rolled over, we decided, okay, yes, this is the time, let's do it, let's get it done. At first, the public, the vendors was a little bit slow to get on board, and once they started, it just kept coming. The public is a little bit slow getting to it, but now we are at the final stages, a few days before the show. We're getting calls to drop off tickets, so the tickets are going like crazy. It's $25, 45 guilders or 25 euro. So people are calling. We are driving around to people's homes, delivering tickets. Although we tell them it's available at SOS and Family Bookstore, Adolphus Richardson, Van Dop Edit, both locations, Esme Salon, Marlin's Nails. It's all over. And the Celestial team, the models have them. But people call us. We go to the offices, we go to the homes and just dropping off tickets. So we're excited that everyone has now embraced the idea of a wedding showcase, and not to say, oh, this is not for me, I'm not getting married. You don't have to be getting married. You can have a friend getting married, or you could think maybe in the future you're going to be getting married. But it's just not for weddings. It's just a place to come and have fun on Saturday, listen to the DJs. We have different DJs. We have the bands playing, steel band playing. It is it's going to be an awesome place to be on Saturday. Not to mention our after party that starts at 10 p.m. until 3 a.m. with DJ CD Rankin and Explosion Band. We're pretty much inviting you to a wedding. So for $25, you get the whole day. You got all these things, all these great things, and you get to eat food, taste cake, taste wine, sample different things, it is definitely the place to be.
True.